Hello, we are so excited to have you join us for our upcoming Virtual Internship Fair. I oversee employer relations for the Washington Semester Program, and I'm excited to talk with you a little bit today about how to prepare yourself for this upcoming event. So first things first, what is the Virtual Internship Fair? It's a Zoom event where you can meet representatives from a variety of organizations still seeking interns for this upcoming semester and the next. It's also an opportunity for you to secure an internship placement. Many of our employers come to this event specifically seeking students ready to hire on the spot, so keep that in mind as well. How do I navigate a virtual internship fair? So, as mentioned, this is going to be completely on Zoom. So, employers will be placed into different breakout rooms, and you can navigate between rooms on your own schedule based on your interests. We'll give you a list of employers so that you can see who's coming and what they're looking for so that you can navigate through those breakout rooms as well. Now that's great, right? I'm here looking for an internship. So how do I come prepared for this fair? First things first, make sure you're registered for the fair. We should have sent a link to you from a couple of different avenues, but if you haven't gotten this link, please email internandlearn@american.edu. Also note that this email is going to come through your american.edu email, so it's very important that you're checking that account as well. And then save the link somewhere you'll be able to find it the day of. Each of these links are uniquely generated for each user, so you can't share it with a friend or we can't pass you an extra link. You have to use that link that has been registered and tied to your name. So be sure to copy that over into, say, a calendar request or something like that, maybe notes so that you have it available the day of. Then do your research. So we are going to send you a list of all those different organizations attending. We really encourage you to read a little bit about the org's mission statement, their internship offerings, and familiarize yourself with what they're looking for so that you can gear conversations in this direction. Be wary. Some internships may present as one thing and then actually be hiring for another. So it's very common that we'll see maybe a law organization seeking somebody in finance to help with bookkeeping, right? So when you see that legal internship, you might think, oh, that's great. I'm looking for a legal internship. I'm going to go talk to that firm because it's a law firm. When in actuality, they're not looking for a legal intern. They're looking for a finance intern. So I really stress the importance of checking those internship postings to make sure that, you're aligning yourself as best as possible for these different positions. And then draft notes to have beside you during the fair, and bring 1 to 2 questions based off your research as well. This just shows that you're well read and ready to have this conversation. And then come ready to make an impression. The earlier you arrive, the better. So our event will be, a few hours long, but if you come at the very beginning there, you'll be able to be one of those first impressions, which is always great and always a standout, I think, among employers. Dress like this is an in-person event, so I know it can be really kind of alluring to wake up the day of, just kind of roll over, log into Zoom, keep your camera off, but this is the same as almost an in-person fair. We want you to come, in your business casual or business professional, have an appropriate background. We'll talk a little bit about that. Have your resume at the ready. So definitely come with your resumes prepared, and then send emails showing your interest to an org before and after the fair as well. So you will be sent a list of all the organizations attending and coming to the fair before the fair. Please use this information to your advantage. You'll be given their contact name of who's coming, email, organization, types of internships available, and when they're seeking interns. Please, 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 if an internship is looking for, say, a spring intern and you're currently coming in for the fall semester, save maybe that for like a networking conversation at the end of the event, but focus your efforts on the ones who are actively seeking for fall. We want this to be as advantageous for both you and the employer who's attending as well. So when I say do your research, what do I mean by that? I'm saying take that information we're giving to you and use it to your advantage. So you're going to have all of this information to be able to send an email beforehand, and I'll give you a little bit of a template for that. Learn about the different internships that are available and really align yourself for these conversations. So I give the example here of the Council on American Islamic Relations. They have 7 internships available. So what I would do is go to their internship profile on their website, look to see what's available, and then what I'm interested in. Oh, look, they have a government affairs intern. That's great because I'm a political science major, right? So I would then look to see what are the qualifications. So they're looking for somebody with previous campaign experience. That's wonderful. I just helped work on the, the local campaign in my my district recently. So I can mention that in a conversation. Basic knowledge of legislative processes. Well, I've taken a lot of different classes, legal classes, to prepare for this. So I'm going to make sure that that's on my resume and something that I'm mentioning in conversations with the employers as well. So really just coming in so that you can have those conversations, because you know, you want to try to align yourself as best to these positions as possible, so that when you're coming in, they're saying, wow, yeah, that was a great intern. Let me jot down their name so that we can get them hired on for the incoming semester. So really just trying to market yourself the best you can there. We always encourage you to go the extra mile. Something that, is unique, I think, about our programs is that all of our students are really standout students. So go that extra mile. Email the representative in advance to express your enthusiasm. Find recent news, any LinkedIn or social media content to see what's been important to the organization lately. Be able to mention this maybe in a conversation during the fair if it aligns with something that you're interested in. And then review LinkedIn to see if there might be any notable alumni from either our programs or from your home universities that you can connect with in advance to learn a little bit more about the organization as well. And then ultimately, it's all about making an impression. So try to visit as many of the employer breakout rooms as possible. Please do not just hang out in the main room. Really utilize this time to go from room to room to room. Even if you haven't researched an organization thoroughly, if you see a room has nobody in it, or there's only one person in it, we encourage you to head that direction and go have that conversation with that person. You never know what internship is going to end up being something that you didn't even know was, something you were interested in until you really went in and clicked with that employer. So please, please, please go out there, network, introduce yourself, know your audience. Again, try to tailor your pitch to each organization if possible. Ask questions about the internship opportunities, make notes so that when you do your follow-ups, they can be a little bit more personalized. Thank each employer for their time, and then look and act the part. So again, making sure that you're looking professional and that you have a professional background. Try to get up out of bed for this event, sit down at a desk, make sure your background is either blank or you have a screensaver up. We have lots of really great AU screensavers if you need us to send you one. Blur your background, for example. Just really prepare yourself for this environment as if it was a job interview or something that you were doing in person. Try to find a quiet location where you will not be disturbed if possible. Keep your lighting either in front or in next to you. Try to position your camera at eye level and always show your face. This is a cameras on event. So if you're not prepared for that, please get yourself ready and then log on when you are. Again, try to keep your background neutral and uncluttered, and have your notes and notebooks available to you. So some sample questions for you that you could ask to an employer might be things like, what types of projects have interns worked on in the past? What qualities and skills do you look for in your interns? How long have you worked for this organization? What do you like most about working for this organization? How would you describe the culture of your organization? When does your internship program start and end during X semester that you're coming in for? Maybe you can have a little bit of time on either end that aligns with the program or doesn't align with the program, or maybe they want you to start remotely from where you are early. These are good conversations to have on the front end. And ultimately, this is all about connection. So the whole point of this fair is to get you connected, get the employers connected. So we really want to encourage you to check your AU email as much as possible. We're going to be emailing you from the internship advising team, from our marketing team, all different components, trying to get you ready for this fair and informed for this fair. And then we want you to be sending emails from your AU email as well to these employers. What they're connecting you back to is your affiliation with AU. So it's important that you're using that email address when having these correspondence, just so that they are making that connection that they're going to be meeting you at our virtual internship fair coming up. So email those organizations your interests, send them your resumes. Afterwards, send a follow-up thanking them. And same with even if they didn't show up, you can always send them an email too saying, I'm sorry to miss you at the fair. And same goes for if you didn't have time to meet with an employer, you can do the same kind of email. Here's my resume, would love to try to find a time for us to connect. outside of the fair kind of thing. And then LinkedIn is also a really great way to connect with people. Even if you met with an organization that you're not going to pursue, I encourage you to connect with that person on LinkedIn because this is the beginning of your building your networking in DC. So really get out there, just send a connection request saying thank you so much for your time. Would love to connect and follow you. Maybe grab coffee with them while you're here in the city. Really take advantage of this opportunity to boast your network. And then we have a couple of different templates for you. So if we're looking at a desired internship, what you would write, as well as just networking, you can use the networking component if you know that this is an internship you're not interested in, but you want to just keep, ties good and there is for you as well. And so networking is a really great way to say, thank you, I'm not interested in your internship, but I would love to stay connected. And then the desired internship template is going to be more of, hey, I'm really excited about this opportunity. Would love to connect and learn more. Here's the application materials you were looking for, or I applied online as you recommended. Please, stay in touch and looking forward to hearing from you. So who's coming to the fair? This is always the age-old question. You will be getting this list, this roster. Keep in mind that it is ever evolving. So, we might have 20 employers the first time it's sent. It might bump up to 50 or 70 right before the event. So make sure that you're continuously checking this. There are new employers registering every day up until right before the fair. And then this list will also try to be updated after the fair to let you know who was there, who wasn't there, and who maybe was a late registrant the day of as well. So please note that this is an ever-evolving document. Please don't log into it and say, oh, the organization I was looking for isn't coming and think they're not showing up. There's a good chance that they register right before the fair itself. So just keep monitoring that and actively using this to your advantage to be able to reach out and make those first impressions. Questions, email the internship team for links, questions, resources at internandlearn@american.edu. We're here to help you, support you, and we are looking forward to continuing to work with you this next semester. Thank you so much.